just hearing corruption for me isn't enough to understanding the psychology behind these African leaders and why they are who they are and why they're making these decisions. I think naturally the human innate nature is for us to be good. I think there's something innate within human nature to know that if you are representing an entire Black country and continent, they have to know that this is some bullshit. What is going on? We have too much resources. We are too blessed. We are the motherland. Why are we so corrupt, quote unquote, or why are we lacking in so much? And I just can't wrap my head around it, which takes me to the morbid side of things and makes me wonder, is it simply corruption where we're saying our leaders don't have the moral compass to lead their country in a way that takes us to this next level? Or is there something much more sinister at hand that is causing leaders to have to turn the other cheek? So my question, as much as I wish I didn't have to articulate this, I have to challenge, is it just corruption, or is there hidden dark forces or hidden agendas where the elite or whomever is in charge of this place, I want to cuss but I can't, what is happening? Is it just that, or is there something more morbid here that is at large?
So that is a very layered question, and we could go really deep into it, and you can, say, hey, it starts at colonialism, right? And it also starts at capitalism and who is really, running these countries, right? And what are the interests there, right? I heard a pastor say that if your loyalty could be bought, then it could be sold to the highest bidder, right? So there's a lot of layers to it. And what I would say, as I pass it off to individuals who have a lot more deeper knowledge than me, is that I would say that, you definitely have to start at the root cause. And I think the root cause is really colonialism.
I do want to clarify something, and before I say that, thank you so much for asking the question. I know that's a tough question to ask, and as Jeff said, I'm not going to be able to but I'm more than happy to discuss this a bit further. One, I don't believe African leaders are more corrupt than anywhere else. I just don't. Not to say there's not the levels of corruption that shouldn't be there, but I don't believe that they're more corrupt than anywhere else. I do think there are systems and things in place that are exacerbating the impacts of corruption in Africa. I would also follow up with that. Yes, guns are being pointed at. We've literally had coups, right? We've had people assassinated. So these are real things. Now, my question, I don't like to stay in the victim seat. I'm not saying any of us are doing that. I don't like to. So our job is to create systems, create secondary leaders, tertiary leaders who can step up. So now they know there's no point killing the first leader. You see, this is meaning there's no
Got the camera up.
The second leader is even going to be more aligned. The third leader is going to be more radical. So we have to understand if something like that's happening, what's really pushing the agenda, and is this for Africa or is this for somebody else's interest? While the assassinate coup or whatever is being plotted, there's usually a campaign to smear the person or to take away their support. So we need to start doing pattern recognition in terms of what happens, and should we, does this mean this person's a dictator? Does this mean this person's doing X? And sometimes it's true. But we really need to analyze and not just take what certain outlets are telling us.